not forget to record because sometimes we forget to record. So charge to my heart, not my head. Um, what's today's date? Today is the 25th of March. Today's topic. So all month we really been talking about how to protect your business. Um, what?
That was me on TikTok.
Okay. I was like, I hear myself speaking. Um, all month we've been talking about how to build a business or maintain your business in this type of economy. But today we are going to be talking about policies, protection, and enforcement. Let me move this over so that
I don't have my notes open. Hold on.
it's all good. All right. So policies, protection, and enforcement. We're building a business that people respect and not that they take advantage of. All right. Most pet professionals don't have a skill problem. And if you ever watched my video, they have a structural problem. So they know how to groom, they know how to train, they know how to pet sit, they know how to dog walk, they care about their clients, and they want to do right by people. But without policies, clients will push boundaries. They teams will become inconsistent, and your business will become stressful to run. So what we're going to be doing tonight is really just talk about how we can build our business that protects us, protects our team, and our time. I have six main points. I'm gonna try to get through them as quickly as possible, but y'all know me. Sometimes I go off left field. So Ada's here to reel it back in. Um, why policies are not optional. Okay, policies are not optional, and it's not about being strict, it's about being clear. We want to have policies within our businesses because people don't know if we don't give them something to adhere to, they're going to do whatever they want to do. And when they do whatever they want to do, that stresses us out because then they're looking for discounts, they're looking for handouts, they're looking for, oh, because I know the owner. Oh, you increased your price, so I want the old price. I don't want the new price. No, without policies, everything becomes negotiable. You make emotional decisions, and clients will test the limits. Now, with policies, expectations are set, decisions are easier, and your business runs smoother. All right, so policies remove emotion from business decisions. So that's why earlier when I said, hey, I felt a way about having to charge my client the extra money that it requires to book me, but it's become a policy, just like with our $10 handling care support. It's become a policy. I have to be mindful that this is a business. In order for us to be profitable, in order for us to keep the lights on, in order for us to eat, basically, I got to make sure that I adhere to the policies and the structure in which I put in my business. Okay. It can't be emotional. It literally has to be just a business decision. All right. So you got to understand that. The core policies that every business needs. Keep it simple and keep it real. One thing I want you all to have within your business are your core policies. We talked about your mission, we talked about your vision, we talked about um, your structure, basically, when it comes down to it. But you got to have policies that you know like the back of your hand, and you also can teach your team knows. One thing I'm working on is making sure like our mission, our vision, our core values, our pillars in our businesses, in our business is on the walls because it's something rather than giving you a piece of paper or typing it out to you. I want you to be able to come into work and I want you to be able to see it every time that you come to work. So that's something that I'm working on. I'm getting printed out so we have banners at the shop. But in your
I like that
internal
idea.
policy, right. In your internal policies for your business, you should already have a service agreement for your clients. You should already have that. So, in order for them to book appointments with you, you want them to sign it or read it and then sign it. So, must haves look like your cancellation and no show policy, late arrivals, matting and condition or fur conditions, aggressive behavior and safety, pricing transparency, what your add-ons cover, your pickup and drop off expectations. That's literally your core policies and what you should have in your business. Again, so that's cancellation and no shows, late arrivals, matting and fur conditions, aggressive behavior, pricing and your add-ons, and your pickup and drop off expectations. You got to make sure that you set the tone for your business. This is your business. Okay. People are
Also,
seeking
cleanliness
you.
of the dog, by the way, matters.
Huh?
Like cleanliness of the dog matters in your policies as well,
Yeah.
whether that's boarding, training, whatever, like a really dirty dog or like a really matted dog or even poop or fleas and ticks and anything like that. When I used to run boarding, I used to have an add-on service for flea and tick protection. And that was like a non-optional thing. So that goes
1000%.
like just all around. Even daycare stuff, I would feel like that would be a great policy that you need to like be very strict on if you deal with that stuff because I have groomers that send them back. I literally work with a mobile groomer, um, and she doesn't do any fleas or ticks. She'll give the dog back. She's very strict on that too. And she does charge like a basically almost like a no-show policy for that.
Like for example, our no-show policy or our late cancellation policy or what is called last minute rescheduling. If they try to reschedule or cancel their appointments within 24 hours, they still have to pay 100% of their appointment. Now
I love that.
that
How it should be.
right. They're just like doctor's office or dentists or whoever, like, really like professionals within the industries.
Yep.
Now the leniency part is they can use the funds from that appointment within 7 days. But the caveat is that they still have to pay a rebooking fee for taking up a time slot on a different day because we already
But you don't
collected the
lose your
money.
money.
Yeah, we already collected the money days ago. So they're taking up a time slot in which a client who would be paying a full price could have taken this time slot. So now I'm still losing money by rebooking your appointment. So you still have to pay for this time slot that you're taking up. And a lot of people don't get that,
I like
but they
that.
also don't realize like, hey, your appointment was days ago. The
Yep.
money was used days ago, was accounted for days ago. You have to now take the time slot of somebody else who I'm not gonna get the money back. So you have to understand like where your money goes. You got to understand how you're charging, and things like that, because people are going to be upset. And granted, there are certain things that you can't control, whatever. And it is what it is. However, it is still a policy in which we have to adhere to because your doctor's office and your dentist's office, they don't care, if something happened. They just know that you missed your appointment. Now, they do care. Some people do care if you have that relationship with them. However,
Yeah.
it's still business. This is not personal. People have to take the personal out of professional. Okay. So you have to take the personal out of professional. Now, that doesn't mean show up like a robot or just be emotionless, but you still have to understand your expenses are real, your lights are real, your food is real, your bills are real, like your everything is real outside of here. So people need to respect that this is a business and not a hobby. Now, if you treat it like a hobby, people are going to treat it like a hobby. Our goal is to make sure that you understand that this is your business, this is your livelihood. So you need to make sure that you
This is how
take it
you
as serious.
this is how you pay your bills. This is how you
This
feed
is
your family.
let me see. Number three, the real issue is the lack of enforcement. A lot, when I first started, people that know me from my mobile days, um, I was all over the place. I was saying yes to everybody. I was like, wherever, whenever, however, I'm going to groom your dog. Okay. And that caused a lot of burnout.
Yes, he
That
was.
caused and I mean grooming from sun up to sundown. Lita will call me at the end of the day and I'll be like, I still got an hour to get home. Why am I all the way in Douglasville? Why am I all the way in Lawrenceville? Why am I all the way in Conyers and Covington? Why am I
The
on the
one
south
time
side?
you was in Cartersville, do you remember that?
Yes.
I
Why
was
am I
like,
all the way
Wayne,
out
why are
here
you
in the
in
boonies?
Cartersville?
Okay.
Don't we all that
Because
do in the
they
beginning?
said, huh?
We all do that in the beginning. We all say
In the
yes to
beginning.
everything
Yeah, we do.
because I call it fear-based decisions. We are
Yeah.
scared.
I don't want to lose
to say
clients.
no to this person or do an add-on or charge more or oh you need it at 7 o'clock at night. Well, I guess I don't have anything to do, so let me do it real quick. And that way I gain a client. And all you're being is complacent to BS.
Right. And over time, you have to be like, no, I'm gonna put my foot down and be like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I have to think about, I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first. Okay. So now at this point in time, we're going to put ourselves first. Okay. We're
Yes,
going to think about our livelihood. We're going to think about our happiness, our peace, our pockets, all of this. Okay. You can't say
yeah,
yes to everybody. Um, so most businesses, they have policies, they just don't enforce them because again, like we said, your fear is losing clients. You want to be liked. You're trying to avoid confrontation or any type of negativity. But what happens is people stop respecting your time. They stop respecting your business. They stop respecting your
absolutely.
policies. They stop respecting you. Your team also gets confused because they don't know whether or not I'm supposed to enforce this or I'm supposed to just let it go, or I'm supposed to just um,
I made a note
allow
on that.
you
I made a
to
note
give
on
me
that.
discounts and everything,
Confusion,
right?
confusion creates negotiation. And that is,
Yeah,
and I think you hit that on the head with on both ends. That is from the client end and from your team's end.
yeah.
Because if you're confused and your team thinks that they can negotiate with the client, they can negotiate with you, and that a client gets to negotiate back. And
You know,
no,
mm-mm.
that's not what we do. So your
What do you?
policy is your protection, right? It's your operating system. It's the expectations not only for yourself, for your business, for your employees, for your team, um, and for the clientele that you want to bring in, right? Because if you have clear, consistent pricing policies, you have clear, consistent with clients.
Hanging in there each day at a time. Understand that every time that you don't enforce a policy, you are training people to ignore it.
Amen.
Okay. You are literally training people to not care about the policies and everything that you put forth in your
Because you don't
business
care,
because you don't care.
right?
Literally, our whole thing is for pet professionals to take their businesses serious because a lot of pet professionals do not take their businesses serious because they also don't have the resources, the community, the know-how, the confidence to speak up about it. That's why we're here. Our goal is to make sure that you have those resources and you have that access because and that you build that confidence because if you don't take your business serious, nobody is going to take your business serious. And now you're frustrated, now you're negotiating your prices. Now you're accepting coupons and discounts. Now you're trying to eventually that's all people go. I told one of my groomers, I told her, I was like, stop putting out so many discounts and coupons because you notice you're not busy when you're not offering coupons and discounts. You're
Yeah,
training people to wait for coupons and discounts. You're training people to wait for the cheaper prices or the consolidated prices or whatever, like the package prices. You're
yeah,
training people for this. Okay. You want people to
yeah.
respect your business day in and day out. You want people to feel like, oh my gosh, finally I get a coupon or a discount. Or like we rarely give any discounts or coupons, right? The only way that you can save money at Happy Hearts is if you keep your dog on a 4 week schedule, you get 10% off.
Amen.
You refer people, you get $10. They get $10, you get $10 if you refer people to us. And you buy packages. So yeah, you buy a package, and I think it's like you buy 4 grooms and you get 20% off the whole price or something like that. Um, So yeah, it's not really like, oh, I'm always gonna have a discount. Oh, and you live in the community. That's really it. So we're not really offering a whole bunch of coupons and discounts all the time, but one thing we're gonna do is reward you for staying on task. We're gonna reward you for keeping up with your appointments. We're gonna reward you for referring people to us. Right. So I want to encourage you to reward your clients for good behavior because we're training the clients. We're training the type of clientele that we want. We don't want to just give it out to, oh, and if you're a student, because I know we've all been broke college students at one point in life. So,
I do.
so
I
when
have
I
a
was thinking about, I
university
was
very
thinking about
close to me.
military discount too, but I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see.
I do have a military discount. I have like an overall discount. Like if you're a teacher, if you're a teacher during summertime and you are not teaching, like you're off, so teachers
Oh,
don't
that's
make
nice.
money between May and August, I do give them a discount.
That's
I
nice.
do also allow them to
Thirty.
I because in the area that I was in before, I had a lot of teachers. I don't have so many in this area, but I would allow them to like build credit towards their next rooms.
Absolutely. Respect your work.
Um so during the summertime that they could use it. I do have a military discount for only for professional grooming though. Um
All time.
and a
How do you feel
college.
about senior discounts? Being as though a lot of seniors are retired.
No. Okay, and I'm sorry.
Some of
I'm
these
not gonna say
seniors got money, okay? I ain't even about to,
I
I ain't
have
even gonna hold you. Some of these senior citizens and senior people, they got money. They're just being
I'm gonna
cheap.
send you what I
Okay,
have
I ain't even about, I already know.
because I can't
Okay,
say it on
they
camera.
got 401k, they got social security, they got money elsewhere, they've invested, they got savings, they got other people sending them money. They have money. Okay, don't let some of these people. I got one client who literally he complained that I went up on my package prices. And bro, you drive a nice car. You always come in here with clean clothes on, like real nice clothes on. Okay, like you
Right.
smell good.
Electric
I'm judging
cars,
off of that first and
Teslas,
foremost. So you got money. Okay, so stop trying to
F-150s.
be cheap. Huh?
They come in with F-150s, electric cars, smart car. Like what?
And you work for the government. Well, I mean, granted, not right now, but you retired from the government or you retired out of
Right.
whatever, you
So,
know.
Sierra, I sent you a
You
picture
not.
that helps
Oh,
explains my stance in what you just asked.
all right.
I can send it to other people. I just can't say it here.
Yeah, that's funny.
We'll talk about it
And the
later.
fact that you actually signed off on it.
Yes,
Ooh,
ma'am, I
this is a
did.
price
And a
break.
student of mine framed it.
Send me one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I just can't say it
Wait,
here.
what are
Yes,
you talking
your
about?
sayings. Yeah, her
My
saying. Yeah,
sayings. I had a student take all of
Wait,
my
what are you
sayings that
talking
I
about?
would
Sorry.
say.
I know I need one. I need some. See, I'm gonna start.
I'll send
I'm
it
gonna
to you
start
guys. I'll
writing
send it
down
to
my
Okay,
everybody.
hold on.
quotes.
Tell us some.
I need some quotes to put around my shop to keep them in. What would Wayne do? Don't call Wayne. Just handle it.
What would Wayne do?
What would
Well,
Wayne do?
so I went
Okay.
to this place called Buffalo Bar in Atlanta, right? And it's like,
Hotland.
yeah, that. But the place it's called Buffalo Bar, but it's like when you walk in, it's like what's that, like anime or Pokemon? I don't know, one of those.
Uh-huh.
But that's like the
I
whole.
got you. We understand.
But it's like hibachi food. It's good, but when you look at it's like the seats and the tables are like wrapped in like comic prints, and when you read the comic, it's like I'm not your mama. Clean up after yourself. Like every
So
single one of them is basically telling you clean up your mess. Don't leave shit on that table.
very
Right.
subtle. Like they're not saying
Very
it, but
like
it's
we
subtle.
sat there for a minute before Mike was like, "Yo, read that." Like we didn't even realize it for a while.
No, that makes sense.
I was tickled by it.
All right, let's get through the script. Excuse me. Sorry, I took a bite out of my protein bar. How to enforce without feeling like the bad guy. We do not want to feel like the bad guy. This is a shift in your mentality. This is a shift in your business. This is a shift in how you run your business and your behavior, right? You're not mean. You're just being consistent. So you stay calm and direct. Like I'm gonna look at you, dead in your eye, and be like, "Yeah, this is another $25." You know, you stay calm and direct. You reference the policy, not your feelings. If it's something, especially, and this is why it's so important to have them sign your service agreement. Okay. You have them sign your service agreement. Like, if they didn't sign it, then you can't really hold anybody to it. But if they signed it, whether or not they read it, that's a them problem. If they didn't read it, that's an
Yeah.
issue. So
I send it to my
if they,
clients back all the time when they have an issue with me.
I'm like, you signed it. Like, why wouldn't you read?
Date and time.
Why wouldn't you
Fire.
read? And I tell people this all the time. Now, granted, this is illegal. Do not do it. Okay. Um, if I put on your service agreement that I will charge you $100 on the first of every month for no reason, because you gave me your card information and you sign it legally, you said it's okay. If you didn't
Yeah.
read it, that is a you problem, right? So people need to understand that these are policies. Okay. This is how I'm running my business. This is the standard that I'm
Mhm.
setting. Okay. Now, I want you to encourage them to read it, but you need to make sure that before you start any service, they sign it. Don't over explain or apologize. There's nothing to apologize for. This is how my business is ran. These are my policies. This is my standard. If you're not going to adhere to it, or if you don't respect it, then you can definitely go somewhere else. And that is okay, because I need room for people who respect my business.
Mhm.
Okay. And
And
be
who are willing to
consistent
spend.
every single time. Yeah. Be consistent every single time. Like, your price point is going to reflect the type of clientele that you have. Okay. So if
Absolutely.
you want a certain type of clientele that's going to respect your business, not fuss back or anything like that, like, you need to have the price point and the value and the experience that reflects that.
I definitely see the difference of clientele having a grooming school versus having a groom, because I've been fortunate enough to have a grooming salon by itself. I've been fortunate enough to have I'm not gonna call it fortunate. Let me take that back. I've worked my little booty off to have these businesses. I used to have a grooming salon by itself, and then I used to have an all-in-one facility, right? So grooming, training, boarding, all the bells and whistles, and owning a grooming school. And I see this shift in every single type of clientele. And definitely, I have more issues having affordable grooming because we don't call it cheap grooming. It's affordable, honey. Um,
Your
Now
words mean.
having a grooming school. Say that again.
No, I was saying your words mean everything. You don't want it to be cheap. You can be affordable. Now,
Right,
affordable
and it's
is
not
based
cheap
off
because
of,
it's affordable.
Purr.
Be-
but don't
Because you
ever
get
say,
me behind it. I'm teaching the student, you know? So,
yeah.
I definitely do see the type of clientele and like it boggles my mind when I tell people it's $25 and they still want to be like, so is there a discount because they left some hair here or whatever? And it's like, it's already $25. I and I try not to do this, but sometimes it does get to me and I'm like, hey, if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else.
I mean,
That's
it's
it.
real.
Like
But
there's
it's fine.
no like I'm just call it out. I'm gonna just call it out because it's $25.
And I
Like
mean, people need to understand these are student groups. Like, I'm teaching people
Exactly.
how to
That's
groom properly. Like, these are student groups. They may not come out the best. There might be little things that you might see, but it is what it is. I'm doing my best to teach these people how to respect these pets and learn and do better with their craft. So you're
and then I have
getting,
people that just say, take all my money. How much do you want? Take the
you're
dog.
getting, yeah, you're getting what you're paying for. Confidence builds respect. All right. If you don't have confidence in your policies or your pricing or your standards or your boundaries, then people are not going to respect you. So you need to have confidence in it. Granted, again, I'm human. Okay. I almost questioned it. Huh, I almost did. Okay. But I had to understand, no, I'm thinking about the future and I'm not thinking about the past. You got to think about the future now. Okay, at some point in time, we're so consumed with the past and how we should have done things, or just how we kept the clients or how we gained them XYZ. But when you think about the future, like I want to travel, I want to speak, I want to have different events, I want to run other businesses. Like I don't want to groom all day long because I don't have time to do all the other things that I need to do if I'm sitting behind the table. So in order for that to happen, I need to figure out how to supplement my income. I need to figure out how to still pay my bills and do the things that I need to do without being behind the table. Okay, so I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the impact that I can make in the future when it comes down to it. And that's how you start to gain confidence and say and tell yourself, no, don't discount that. No, don't not charge it. Don't, be
It
like, I
only
don't
took
use
you a
this.
year
It's a work in
and a
progress.
little
Okay.
screaming from me at groom for you to be
It's
like,
it's
yes, I'll be the face. Like,
yeah,
stop freaking grooming.
it's a
You
work
need
in
to be the face of your business.
progress.
You need to
I
be
am.
able to delegate.
I am the face of my business. Okay. I am Happy
Okay.
Hearts. Okay. Happy Hearts is me. We locked in. Okay. Locked in for life.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just got a rock in my hand, but that's it.
Married. Okay. For life. Okay. Okay.
Whatever.
Meek Mill says, married to the game. I said, I do. Okay. We in there. Like four flats on the
Oh, he
Cadillac,
did it.
baby.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Yeah.
All right. Boundaries protect your energy, not just your business, people. So this is bigger than money. All right, this is bigger. Without boundaries, you overwork, you overextend, and you burn out a lot faster than you intended. Now, with boundaries, you protect your schedule, you serve better clients, and you create sustainability. Um, Understand that boundaries are not about pushing people away. They're about protecting what you've built. Okay, you've built this. I know everybody has probably seen Snowfall. I built this brick by brick. Okay. I ain't gonna finish it, but I built this. We're about to be 10 years in. Okay. We're about to be 10 years in.
Yeah.
One thing that kind of frustrates me is when now, granted, you might love this. Like, you might like absolutely adore this. Like, this is what people who are like, I've been grooming for 50, 60 years and stuff like that. Kudos. I have no problem with that. Great. Okay. But that's not my, okay. That's not my vision and mission for my life. Okay. I have other things and other realms and things that I want to accomplish and do. Now, I love that you were able to do this for so long, but also don't your hands hurt, your back hurt, your feet hurt, your knees hurt, you hurt. I, no, that's not me. Okay. I
But you know what?
love
And
this
that's why
industry.
we want to teach more ergonomic things.
Yeah.
I wanna do a ergonomics class. I'm working on it. Just
You gotta
adding
take
things
care of
to,
yourself.
because you have to take care of yourself.
You gotta
But
take care
but
of yourself
the
mentally,
first
physically.
thing is that your policies, your procedures, what you're willing to do, how much you're willing to charge, how much you should be charging, and the structure of your business are not optional. If you
No,
don't get those things right, or if you don't work for somebody that has all of that straightened out, you are not going to be successful. You're going to burn out. You're going to get hurt. Worse, you could injure an animal. And there you go. You got no business, and now you're working at McDonald's.
and your
You're
hands
the
hurt and
Walmart
you got
waiter.
arthritis.
Ada.
I mean, and that's what it is. I just stuttered so bad. But that's what it is.
Oh my
It's like
Yeah,
you have
me
to
too.
protect yourself. Like you have to worry about you. Okay. You have to put
Exactly.
yourself first. Okay.
It's stressing
And
me out, y'all.
your policies is gonna ensure that you put you first. And if you don't adhere to your policies, if you don't adhere and protect your business and enforce it, then you are going to constantly put others in front of yourself and you're going to feel like, what am I doing all of this for? Okay. You have to make sure that you are good and you are happy and you are at peace with the decisions that you make. Because if you're not, if you don't view this as a passion and something that I love to do, then you're constantly looking at it as a job or something that you have to do, or you don't find joy in it anymore because you're constantly putting yourself on the back burner and you feel so overwhelmed and overworked, and you're not gaining anything from it. Okay. So you have to make sure that you have policies in place so that you can keep the spark going in the thing that you love and the thing that was put on your heart and in your spirit to accomplish. Okay, because otherwise you're just doing it. And now you feel bad because you have to be, you have standards and stuff like that. Like you feel bad about yourself because you're like, oh, I'm just, people get to say and do whatever they want to do, and they don't be a pushover. Okay, you're the business owner.
No.
You're the like you. People come to you for the services. You didn't seek them; they sought you. So, in order for them to understand, like you bring the value in this, you have to understand the value that you bring to this too. Last thing, policies create better clients, not fewer clients. When I when I went from mobile to working at the shop, I lost a lot of clients. But
Understandably.
also I gained a lot of clients. Okay. Because granted, they're not paying for the convenience anymore, but they are also now they have to adhere to a new set of rules and a new set of policies.
Yeah.
Um, over time, as I saw what the cracks are in the business, because there's always going to be cracks. There's always going to be things to learn. There's always going to be things that you figure out as you go. Um, Once you start getting those policies in place and you start enforcing them correctly, consistently, and your team knows to enforce them correctly and consistently, then the type of clientele is not only the price thing, but it's a respect thing. People really start to respect your business no matter what the price is, no matter what the policies are, no matter whatever. You understand what your value is and the experience that the clients have, they will fall in line, essentially you know so this is a shift that everybody needs to have. Good clients respect structure, just like children. Okay, children respect structure. Okay, you want a good child, you have good structure. Okay, put it right there. Children respect. That's why so many kids excel in like martial arts and sports and stuff like that, or if they play chess or whatever extracurricular activity, because there's structure within that. Children that are in less fortunate environments, you put them around pets or you put them in sports or you put them in something that actually has structure, they thrive better. So same thing with your clientele. The wrong clients will resist this. Okay. So you got to be okay to let them go. You got to be okay to let them go because you want to make room for people that respect your business, your time, your expertise, and the work that you put in to this business. So when you enforce your policies, you attract the aligned clients, you reduce your stress, and you increase your professionalism because now that's all that they know. They know
Hold up. You get a
professional.
happier team
Hmm?
because your team knows that you got their back because you're solid.
Yeah.
This hasn't happened to Rose, and I hope I never have to get there. But I've had instances of clients coming in and yelling at my groomers, and I am the first one in line. I don't yell at my team. You sure as heck ain't coming in here yelling at my team because I don't know.
Yeah, we don't do that.
You didn't like your short ears because you didn't brush them out. Hell no. That's a great way to get fired.
Yeah. Any type of disrespect is a great way to get fired. Okay. All
Hell
right.
no. I
So
throw hands.
that was just a
I
few
do.
questions to kind of think about over the next week. Wait, this is the last. Yeah, this is the last
This is the
Wednesday.
last week. Yeah, we're in
Yeah,
April next
next
Wednesday.
next Wednesday is April 1st. Um, Something to think about this week and something to think about within your businesses. What policies do you struggle to enforce, and how can you learn how to enforce them? You know, I want you to start being more stern with the policies and standard and boundaries that you have for your business. Okay, because again, if you don't take your business serious, nobody else is going to take it serious. So you have to make sure that you take your policies serious. Um, if you don't have a service agreement, make sure that you have a service agreement starting April 1st. Make sure you send it out to all your
If
clients
you
and just
need
be like,
help
"Look,
making a service agreement, reach out to me.
yes, let us know." I have a template for it too. So either one,
Okay.
definitely let us know. We can help with your service agreement and making that happen. Um, and just think about personally and professionally, what boundary do you need to start tightening up? Um, if you feel like people are discounting your services or negotiating, stop having those conversations with those people. They're only entertaining it because you keep having this conversation. Stop. I had somebody earlier comment and be like, well, people are not going to buy, or excuse me, if I haven't increased my price in like 2 or 3 years because I'm afraid that people aren't going to do it because I keep people on the schedule. Then keep those people on the schedule. That's fine. Now you need to set a boundary to say, if you stay on a 4 to 5 week schedule, your prices won't change. If you deviate from that, your prices is going to change. All of your new clients get the new prices. All of your clients that don't stick to your 4 to 5 week schedule gets the new prices. All of the clients that stick to your 4 to 5 week schedule gets your old price. And you have to be okay with that. You got to be okay to lose some to gain some. But in order for you to get respect in your business, or in order for you to get the clientele that you want, we have to train the clients that we want. All right. We have to make room for the clients that we want. And in order for us to do that, we have to start taking our businesses serious. And in order for us to do that, we got to have policies and standards in place and boundaries in place. All right. So tonight we talked about protecting your business, setting clear policies, enforcing your standards. But once your policies are in place, um, yeah, that's the next level. The next level is once your policies are in place, you'll start to see people respecting it. You'll start to see a different type of clientele. You'll start to see people not question you because they already know. I got people that will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry I missed my appointment. Just go ahead and charge me the no call, no show fee." Cool. I was gonna do it anyway. Thanks. Thanks for your permission. But I'm glad that you already know, because it's like that is literally a standard. Like you're taking up I don't want to say you're wasting my time, but somebody else could have been in that spot that kept that appointment, you
Exactly.
know? So it's okay to have standards, it's okay to have boundaries, it's okay to have policies, but you have to be the one to make sure that you and your team are aligned and consistent with it. Because you don't want your policies to fall to the wayside. You want your client experiences to be consistent, and you want growth. All right. And without it, you won't have it. You'll have inconsistency, and you don't want that. So we could work on different policy templates and stuff like that, templates based off of your
Yeah, we
business.
can
So if
help.
you do
We can,
need help,
yeah.
I was gonna say if you do need help with any of that, feel free to reach out to myself or Ada. We can help come out with, put things to place for you.
I
And then
Yeah.
do.
gotcha.
Okay.
Okay. And then that way, you have access to it and we can come out with policies and standards for your specific business.
Taylor,
Uh,
yeah, I was gonna say the important part here is tailored to
yeah.
what you're doing. Because for example, I'm a school. Wayne has a whole team. Some of y'all are one-on-ones. So everything's just a little bit different. So we can help you in those specific needs. So
Mhm.
same thing for like mobile units and stuff like that. So
For sure.
um
And I could I'll make a note. Because what would probably make it easier is the more people that get on the school platform, they have different policy templates, and scripts. Um, and one thing that'll really help you all, I think that don't be afraid of it, is work on different scripts for your businesses. You know, when somebody asks you, what does a full groom include?
And
Basically, like you got to know everything that it includes. You got to know what your policies are. You got to know what your standards are, what different, what shampoos you, whatever, right? You got to know how to just spit that information out. And in order for you to be able to just spit that information out, you have to read it over and over. You have to say it over and over. You got to understand, like, hey, people are going to ask the same question 10 different
You
times.
know what's funny? Not funny,
So,
but just like going in this, I had somebody call me and ask me how much would a full groom be, and like all this, and it was like a Disha dog, and like I spent like a good, and I try not to do this, but I spent like a good 10 minutes on the phone, and he was like, "Oh my God, you were so thoughtful, helpful, and like just an overall amazing. Like I will recommend you to everybody else." Just because you were so thoughtful to just explain what my dog needed. Yes, it's not in my price point right now, but I will make sure that I put it in my price point for next time because you explained everything so thoroughly about what my dog needed that I was not educated on.
yeah.
Just because I knew what the full groom for his dog was going to entail and why it needed it. So I'm excited for him to come in the next couple months. He is a college student. So he said, that he had to save up some money. And that my student options were great, but he wanted to groom the dog with me. So I'm like, that's my price. So I was really having those things set up might not make an immediate sale, but it will lead you to sales because it's consistent what you're telling people. And also you sound like you know your stuff.
And you're training people, like you want
Yeah.
people to come to you and refer business to you because they know that you take your business serious.
Yeah.
you know if you just treat it like a hobby or a game, they're not really taking you serious, so why would they refer people to you? Why would they say, hey, I have this great groomer or great trainer or pet sitter who doesn't take their business serious, so you can get over on them? No, they're going to keep it to themselves. But you say, "Oh, I have this great person, this great pet professional who actually take their business serious. The structure is there, the experience is there. They educate me. They are great with referrals. Like they go above and beyond to make sure that I have a great experience." That's the person that they're going to refer business to. You want to be that person. You don't want to be the person that they are just like they don't have any information and you don't take it serious. You show up any type of way, you talk to them any type of way. You don't have any policies, you don't have any structure. You don't want to be that person. So, in order for you to gain the clients that you want, you got to take your business serious. You have to take your policy serious. And you got to take yourself serious when it comes down to it too. That's another topic for another day. Um,
Amen.
but we will get into it at some point. Um, book for the month. I don't know if anybody has, I mean, two books that I will talk to about till I'm blue in the face. Atomic Habits
Yep.
and Excellence Wins. Okay.
Hold on. Are they on like
Oh,
audiobooks?
no, actually, honorable mention. So Atomic Habits, Excellence Wins, and oh, I just had it in my head. The
Can you write
morning,
that in the chat?
yeah, the
I'm about
morning
to. I am
club.
right now.
Thank you.
It's not the 5 a.m. club. The
Atomic
morning,
what?
it's Atomic
Habits.
Habits, Excellence Wins, and the morning. Oh, what is the name of it? It is literally at the tip of my tongue. The morning. What is the word after morning? I cannot remember. I am. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. But basically, it is a book about how you start your day. Okay, you start your day with confidence. You start your day with great habits. You start your day getting things off of your to-do list or your task list. Like you start speaking life into your day, so then that way the rest of your day is smooth sailing. Because granted, we can have not so great moments, but don't let those not so great moments tear away from the overall day. You have 24 hours within a day. Even if 30 minutes is crappy, don't let that 30 minutes mess up the rest of the day. Okay.
Thank you.
So
We talked about it
you have to
earlier.
start allowing that, that mindset to really, really project how the rest of your day goes and how you run your life. Um, Morning miracle. There we go. It's the morning miracle. I knew it was gonna. No, I am amazing because I do work out at 5 a.m. Thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, oh gosh.
I
I need my
am. I
sleep.
am.
Anyway,
Okay.
sleep.
I need
Then
my
go to sleep at
sleep.
night. Okay. So Atomic Habits, Excellence Wins, and The Morning Miracle. There we go. Get those three books. Okay. Wayne thinks he's amazing because he works out at 5 a.m. I am. Okay. Me. That's why people know who I am.
Oh, please.
Stop.
Oh, please.
Disrespectfully.
All right. Stop recording. There we go.